We made over $114,000 for this client in the last 90 days. He had no audience, no offer, no coaching program, absolutely nothing on the back end. And within 90 days, we scaled him to $114,000 cash collected on a complete done for you basis. All he had to do in this entire process was just post the content we scripted for him. Everything else was completely done by us. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we did it, what we did, step by step, the entire process for free. We took him from zero to $114,000 cash collected with fucking amazing numbers. So yeah, if you're someone who's already built a personal brand or an audience and you've been sitting on it without a high ticket offer to monetize it, watching this all the way is going to be the best decision you make right now, because I'm exposing literally everything that people pay me 5 figures for, and you're going to get all of this information completely for free. So the very first thing that we did for this client was going to be market research. So the goal of this is that before we build anything out, the goal is to extract everything about the creator, their offer, and their ICP. So if you skip this, then you're going to sound like every other personal brand coach on the internet, and you're going to make less money. So what we did for Zay was, the first thing before we touched a funnel or wrote a single word of copy, we had Zay fill out an onboarding form. So we asked him about his stream follower, his ICP, brand identity, all of these questions, which gave us a good idea of his current audience. So Zay was in the personal branding space and digital product space. So the question becomes, who exactly are we selling to? We cannot just go forward with everyone who wants to grow online, because that's like too broad. So we niched it down to serious creators who want a sustainable monetization system. So we shared this onboarding form with Zay, through which we were able to collect data, and we also were able to get information about the deliverables of his offers, past performance results, and everything that we can use in our copy, in the content strategy, and everything that we build out. We also shared the technical onboarding process, where we asked him to share all the access to the tools and obviously the payment processing, because we need multiple financing options to be able to make the most amount of money possible. So step 2 was the content strategy. The goal with this is that we need to turn his existing audience and the new leads that we're going to get into qualified leads that we can actually sell to, whilst positioning Zay as an authority and not a guru. So what we did was we built out 3 content systems for him, namely Instagram Reels, Stories, and a micro niche YouTube channel. So we built all of that out for him. And the best part was that Zay doesn't have to think about it at all, because our team adds the ideas, writes the scripts, gives him the bullet points, and all he has to do is just film the stuff that we've already given him. So we map out an A to Z content strategy guide that looks like this. So in the Reels, we basically target his dream followers, not just his ICP. So for Zay, the ICP was creator and business owners wanting to monetize, but the dream follower is going to be the broader online money creator economy audience. So with this, we basically put out more top of the funnel content with bigger net, more reach, and we filter the serious ones down through the YouTube funnel that we have. So this is what the Instagram Reels guide look like. We gave him exact hooks and even scripts that he can follow, and all of this was obviously done with the help of our team, which is extremely competent at all of this stuff. So next we did was build out the YouTube, which is going to be the most important one. So we built him a micro niche YouTube channel, and the biggest mistake that most people make is they just copy big creators for authority with lecture style videos, and they're just way too broad. They get views, and even if they in most cases don't even get views, which translates to no leads, which is why we create a really targeted channel for Zay that was based around his actual dream ICP that he would like to work with. That obviously gets lower view counts, but every single view is a high intent lead, which is why our close rates were so good. So this is what the YouTube guide looks like, completely made by us. We literally tell him exactly what to post on what day, and we even make a guide for them. So all of this converts, and finally we have the story sequences. So we ran the weekly story sequence that again looks somewhat like this, and then we provided him a lot of swipe files with hooks, with CDAs, and even SOPs on exactly how to create content whilst spending the least amount of time possible, and also maximize our output and create high quality content. So the step 3 so the next step was the sales process, to actually turn those eyeballs into book calls and warm them up so that they're ready to buy before they even talk to a sales rep. So what we did for him was build out 2 funnels. The first one is going to be the book a call funnel. So since Zay was basically monetizing a new offer, we kept friction low at the start. So we had a simple page with a headline, VSL, book a call, qualifying questions on the calendar, which is pretty standard in this space. So once they book, they basically hit a confirmation page that does the selling for us with a full offer breakdown, process breakdown, FAQs that break limiting beliefs, and client results. This basically pre-handles all the objections so that the people who actually go through the entire page are pre-sold and it's just a matter of cash collection. Then we obviously share with them the pre-call emails, SMS to make sure they show up, share some resources. Even our sales team makes group chats. So our setter will actually go ahead and make a group chat with the lead and the offer owner where we'll share resources inside there and keep them engaged, and also share the link before the call. So we do all of that to build trust, to deliver value, handle objections, and build genuine urgency. Next, we build out the Instagram DM funnel for inbound and warm leads. So our setter handles the DMs, softly qualifies the people, and books the call. So the triggers are follows, story likes, story views for outbound, and lead magnets, CTAs for inbound. So that's basically how we did it through ManyChat. We built out the labels and everything as well, completely done by us. So the next step is the tracking system, which according to me is one of the most important steps in this entire process, because the goal of this is that any offer that is doing 6 figures or more cannot run blind. We need a good backend that tracks every single lead, every piece of data, so we know exactly where the leaks are. So what we did for Zay was we set up Close CRM and a full tracking dashboard where all the leads were basically present. So we track the revenue, cash collected, show rate, close rate, confirm rate, and all of this stuff. And we could even track by individual YouTube video using UTMs that where a lead came from. We track the dialing metrics, funnel metrics, applications, number of people who are qualified compared to number of people who are not qualified, the book call rate, cancel rates, everything. Plus an automated CRM so that the sales team always basically knows what to do with each lead, and a payout tracker so they can also pay the sales team off a single sheet with the lowest friction possible. So we built out a tracking dashboard that looks like this, which basically calculates the total cash collected, new cash collected, remainder cash, which basically means from the last month how much cash we collected from deposits, then AOV, close rates, show rates, and obviously qualified close rate. So this is the system that we built out. Now why this matters is that most info offers are literally running blind. I've seen offers literally double their income just by knowing their data. So for Zay, this is what led us to scale predictably instead of just guessing what might work. Step 5 was the sales team. So the goal was to hire and manage a sales team so that Zay spends all of his time on creating content and coaching. So the higher leverage we basically let the creator be, the more money he's going to make and be in his zone of genius. So sales is like the most time consuming part of a coaching business. So it's the last thing that we want him to do. So the step 1 was to hire a DM setter and a closer so that we can collect thousands through DM sets before the funnels even like fully scaled. So we share all of these SOPs completely built out by us with the setting team, with the closing team, so that they can work as fast as possible and have the best training and information to be able to execute at a very good level. Step 2, once the funnel was launched, we added a dialer to qualify leads and book the inbound leads in the CRM. So we used to dial the leads and we would track all of this. Step 3, the sales manager or I ran daily calls with the sales reps to handle the objections, to look at exactly what they're doing, to review their reports, to see their numbers using the tracker that we set up, which is why we were able to always improve using data. We also share the daily setting tracker with every single rep and make sure they fill it out. So with the setters, we would literally share this tracker with them and review exactly what they're doing. So this is basically step by step what they have to do. And towards the end of the day, all of these boxes should be clicked off. So the whole reason we do all of this stuff is so that Zay never has to do all of this, and our clients basically pay us to save them time and also make money, which actually makes this like very done for you, and make sure that the creator that we're working with is only doing the stuff that they're good at. To make sure the sales team performed at the highest level possible, and is not slacking, we have them fill out these post-call forms for the closer so that we can get to know the outcome of the call rating, name of the client, email, what actually happened on the call, and we also review every single call recording manually. Then for the DM setters, we have them fill out an end of day report. So after every day, they'll just fill out this report telling us how many new inbound leads we get to basically just track the data and new outbounds they did, follow up so that we know that these people, the sales reps, are not slacking and are actually putting in the work. So using this data, we can obviously make a decision who to keep, who to fire, who needs more training, and all of that stuff. Without this, you will literally be working with reps, working with people, working with sales managers, thinking that everything is going well, but it could literally just be going to shit. So this is again a call recording of my closer, and we review all of this stuff and give them actual feedback. And if they're like very beyond saving, we obviously fire them. Step 6, data collection and optimization. The goal for this is to optimize the systems after the initial launch by basically collecting data to extract maximum revenue possible. This basically helps us refine our approach, and based on real data that we are getting from customers and we are getting from our reps, getting them from students, we get feedback on what's working, what is not, and what actually has to be addressed in the content as well. So we firstly share an onboarding form with every new student asking how they heard about Zay, what made them buy from Zay, what is something that should have been addressed sooner, or if they had any objections, etc. So this gives us real data to then optimize. So we share this extensive form and we give them an incentive to fill it out, maybe extra access, maybe some extra SOPs, or maybe we just frame it as, if you fill out this form, I'll have more information on how I can help you. And to further incentivize them and to make sure people are filling out these onboarding forms, I literally have my closer wait on the call, ask them to fill out this onboarding form, and then leave. So as soon as the payment is done, we'll just send them this link, and on the call itself, we'll ask them to fill it out, which obviously increases the rate. And then we have so much data that we can use to then create content. So all of this data would literally just be put in the content guide that we make for our clients. And then using that, we'll have exact information on what to do. So as you can see here, we ask them how long they have been following Zay so that we can know what kind of leads are coming in. We also ask them what specific piece of content made them take this seriously, make them apply. And we ask them what is the single biggest reason they actually decided to invest. So all of this is very, very important information, and every single student who joined filled this form out. Obviously not everyone, but yeah, we want to make sure as many people as possible fill this out, and with the right incentives. And if the leads are really good and you have framed it as your creator as an authority, and your creator literally, obviously you're going to use this data to help them out as well, because you ask them their current situation as well, which makes it very easy for people to actually put in the work, put in the time to fill it out. Then we also collect data from our setters and closers through the daily reports and EOC reports, which are the end of call reports, which gives us a clear idea on what to address in our content. So if we are able to see that the same, like 10 people who joined gave us the same objection that I basically was hesitant to join because of this reason, we literally make a YouTube video and a reel based on the length, obviously, on just addressing that objection. This is how the feedback loop runs, and we keep optimizing our systems to constantly improve, which we can then track using our tracker. So we put out content through which we get sales, then we get feedback from customers, we get feedback from reps, and using their feedback, we put it back into the content. So the most common objections, most common bottlenecks, stuff that hasn't been addressed, stuff that we shouldn't have said, we can always take feedback from this, put it back in the content so that we can address all of that. And then the next time, people who join the calls do not have that objection. And we also take the most common objections that we've had and just put it out on the confirmation page. So on the confirmation page as well, we have like 5 to 10 different FAQs that these people can go through, which obviously shortens the sales cycle, makes us more money, and our closers are also doing a very good job. Finally, step 7, scaling. Everything's built out and defined. Now we want to scale to the number. So by now, they had posted more content, built more trust, and everything from the upgrade stage was logged in. So we just scaled. Stacking all of this from Zay, we were able to go from our first launch, $214,000 cash collected in just 90 days from an audience that 3 months earlier had no idea that Zay even had a high ticket offer at all. So why this matters is because none of this was luck. It's a system, understanding copy, content, funnel, backend, managing sales team, spending hours and hours and hours on the sales team management with your entire team, building out something that actually is going to help your clients, putting in the work, and that's why we were able to achieve these numbers. So if you've already built a personal brand or you have an audience and you've been sitting on it without a high ticket offer that can actually make you a fuck ton of money, I built the offer, I built out the funnel, I built out the backend, the sales team, the content system, end to end. As you saw, this entire 7-step system completely done for you, and all you have to do is film and coach. We handle everything else. So if this sounds like something that you've been missing or could benefit of, the first link in the description is where to start, and you can just book in a free call with me where we are going to discuss if I can even help you out. And in the worst case, you basically walk out with a roadmap that you can use to go ahead and just scale your business. So that's what you have to do. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. I always respond to every single DM. You can ask anything and I'll be there. So I'll see you in the next video.